everyone, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 3 of Mighty Moron with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. So form has been really good. We're currently sitting in third place, but today we come up against Quilmes in Primera B Nacional, and they sit in second. So it's going to be a tricky game. Can we get the points? Let's find out. Welcome back to Club Deportivo Moron in the second tier of Argentinian football. We have been on a great run of form. We do sit in third place after 11 games. We're on 21 points. You can see that we've got a bit of a gap though between us and the top two. And today our opponents away from home are second place Quilmes, and they are doing really well this season. It's going to be tricky to get the points from them away from home, but we're going to give it a good go. The recent fixture list has been very good. The recent results, should I say. We've had 5 games since you and I were together last against Nuevo Chicago, and we've had 4 wins in that time and 1 draw. Lots of goals, and the star of the show has been Alexander Fernandez. You can see that he's got some great ratings, 7.72 average rating, 8 goals in his 10 games so far, and he's scored 7 in the last 5 games, which is phenomenal. He's been absolutely amazing, and so of course he'll do absolutely nothing today now that you're watching, but he has been brilliant, and it's been excellent to watch this team really figure themselves out a little bit. So today we've got a tricky game. Let's get into the tactics page and see what we've got in store for Quilmes. So here we are on the tactics page, and basically there's not a lot to tell you about other than personnel today. We have got a couple of injuries. Chalky and Orozco are both on the bench through just picking up a little bit of a knock. Both can play though if need be, which is great. We've had 1 change in terms of our starting 11, and it's in the left fullback position. Sanchez comes in for Ochoa, just because Ochoa out of this starting lineup is the one player it feels like isn't quite reaching his own personal heights this season. So I'm giving Sanchez a run and see if he can play any better down that left hand side. But both are perfectly good options. It's just Sanchez's turn today to see if he can stake a claim for that particular starting berth. Other than that, things are going pretty well, as you've seen. We don't need to change anything particularly in the way that we play. So it means that for today's game against Quilmes, away from home, we have Galvin in goal, Echeverria and Ortiz in central defence, Brogy at right back, Sanchez at left back, Federico, Cabrera and Piero in central midfield, Fernandez on the right, Sewell on the left, and Colidio up top. And a bench of Corzo, Ochoa, Gayer, Chalky, Glaby, Orozco and Galliano. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So we've gone passionately in with, come on lads, show me what you can do to keep our run going. We are in the red strip for today. Let's see how we get on away from home against one of the bigger guys in our division. The amount of goals that we've scored recently has been exceptional, and it's this guy Fernandez down the right hand side that's caused a lot of problems for the opposition today. His first attempt is to cross the ball in. It doesn't quite reach Colidio in that central striking role, but it's, you know, a little bit disappointing. But they cleared the ball well, and they've been able to hold on to the ball and build up an attack down the left-hand side themselves. We've got a good defensive shape about us. Lots of players behind the ball. Can we get a foot in, or are we just going to let them get an opportunity? It looks like the chance is there, and they take it after 48 seconds of the match. We were down one end a second ago with a really good chance for Fernandez to cross that ball in, and he didn't quite manage the quality on it. They regained possession, they built up an attack, they switched it from left to right. Eventually the shot came in, and it was to the near post, and Galvin is should be a little bit disappointed by that, should I say, at the near post. And it absolutely is one of the roles that I need to improve in this side, is the goalkeeper. And we'll be looking at that in January to see if there's a possibility, but if not, it will definitely be in the summer if I can find a good quality goalkeeper. It's one of the real problems that we've got. And again, Quilmes down that right hand side this time. Can we block the crosses coming in? We can't. And again, they've managed to find a breakthrough, and we go straight away into the shouts and ask them to show some passion, because they're obviously not at the races today so far at all. Quilmes are having a perfect game in terms of being able to cross the ball in well and get headers on and knockdowns and setups and all sorts of things. And their quality on their finishing has so far been pretty good, it must be said. And we are trailing in their wake somewhat here. And you can see that they've worked down that right-hand side, of course, where we changed our left fullback. Up until this point, it's been Ochoa. Today, it's Sanchez. And maybe that's my error in terms of changing it in a big game. But Ochoa wasn't doing it. It was getting a poor rating compared to everyone else. Again, the cross comes in. This time, we're not a little bit lucky, are we? We're not lucky at all. I tell you what, this week has been really bad for me in the two series that I've got. I've just not been able to catch much of a break at all. And now we've had a player sent off. Oh dear, it feels like I need a holiday, to be honest. Anyway, there's not much we can do. What can we do, really? I mean, we can take one of these three and put another central midfield. We're not going to do it. We're just going to move Federico up, are we? No, we're going to keep him where he was, and we're just going to play like that. What happens if we bring Fernandez back? He loses all sense of being able to do pretty much anything. Okay, well, we won't do that either. We're just going to leave it as it is and hope for the best at this point. Oh, dear. It's just not been my week, folks. I tell you what, though, whilst I have you here, whilst I think about it and we're going through half-time, there's not much I can say at half-time. I want to just say I am going to be part of the Creators Championship. There's a competition being gathered, 8 content creators in a knockout format on a draft squad that we've managed to get in, 19 players at championship level across the top 5 leagues in Europe, 19 championship level across the top 5 in Europe, plus 1 legend that has been put into the database, and my legend is David Beckham, because I think he's going to be amazing at things like corner kicks and the delivery of set pieces, etc. Plus his general all-round play. So that's the Creators Championship, and it's going to be beginning this coming Tuesday night at 7 p.m. You'll see the draft episode along with introductions to the content creators and to their squads. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next weekend is the quarterfinals, the semi-finals and the final. I hope you'll join us for it. It's on the Creators Championship YouTube channel. If you aren't following them, go and hunt for them. I'll put a link in the description below to their YouTube channel. Go and find them on Twitter. You'll get all the updates. But I'm involved in that in the first ever Creators Championship, the inaugural one, and we're going to see if we can go and win it. Who knows? There's some really good content creators in there, though. It's not going to be easy, but we'll give it a good go. Come and support us doing that, and that's going to happen this coming week. And I hope it goes a lot better than this week has gone for me in Football Manager 20. Oh, that's the other thing. FM21 is being announced. And if you go and follow me on Twitter, you'll discover who my beta save is going to be with. I will be releasing that later today on my Twitter feed. So go and find that as well. There's lots of exciting things to come up. The new game comes out on the 24th of November and the beta a couple of weeks before that. So not long to wait, really, for FM21, which is fantastic. Anyway, all of that aside, let's see if we can focus on this game and figure out something. Now, we're 2 goals behind. We should have been 3, but there was issues on their third goal. And we really, really need to find a way to do something. So, aggressively, we're going to go in. I'm not happy with your performance. You've been awful. That's fired them all up. Brilliant. We'll send them back out and just let them play for the first 10 minutes. Of course, we're down to 10 men, which doesn't help us at all against a really good side like Quilmes, who are second in the division, remember, with us sitting in third. But we do have to defend better than we have been. Oh, please don't give a penalty. Oh, you just got to sit and go with it in the end. What can you do? He missed it. Fantastic. We're not quite out of it yet. Oh, this has been such a bad week. But anyway, let's move on from that. We're almost at 60 minutes. You can see that they're all fired up by what's going on. We've got some motivation, but we are struggling because of that sending off to create chances. Look, 22 shots at goal for them and like 4 for us. Here's another chance and another goal. It was, yeah, I think this one's done, folks. If I'm honest, we're going to pause it there. We're going to go into the tactics and what can we do about this? I think we're going to have to move Federico in there. We're going to put Gaia in instead. He'll play that role slightly better in the central midfield area. So we'll put him on support. And then we're going to take off. What are we going to change here? What can we change? I mean, we could change the fullbacks. I don't think that's going to have too much of an impact particularly. All of our attacking options are doing all right. And again, we put the kibosh on somebody playing well by talking about them before the game. I'm going to take Sewell off and put Orozco on, even though he's just coming back from a little bit of a knock. And we're going to take Calidio off. No, we're not. We are not going to take Calidio off. We are... What are we going to do? What would you do? Is there anything that we could do in this particular scenario? I think what I'm going to do, I am going to take Calidio off. I have decided. And we are going to put Galliano on just to see if he can get anything from the last few minutes. And then what are we going to do here to change it up a little bit? Let's go into a more positive outlook just because we've got nothing to lose. We might as well. There's, you know, they're likely to win this game at this point, being down to 10 men and they're 3-0 up. So we might as well just have a go and see what happens. And hopefully we'll find at least a consolation goal from them. And we start with a highlight. So as long as we keep the ball well, then maybe it's a highlight for us to finally get a chance at goal properly. But we've got to keep the ball. Oh, we were lucky there, weren't they? And it finds Fernandez and he gets a chance to run at the defence. And then he puts like a half shot, half cross in, and it falls between the two. Doesn't do anything for either. Where's my therapist gone? Oh no, that's the other series. Anyway, we don't talk about that. Oh. Here we go with another chance for the wonderful Quilmes to see if they can put us to the sword again. What I'm disappointed in a little bit is you get to this point and the two banks of 4 basically have dropped back into a setup, and you still expect that they would challenge well and hold their shape well. It shouldn't be too difficult to do that, especially when, you know, we're down to 10 men, so that's our focus. Yet the quality of defending is just dreadful. And it hasn't been up to the... I mean, we have lost a few goals here and there, but we've scored bucket loads at times. And today, we've just got no response to them whatsoever. They've been exceptionally good on their quality of finishing, but they've only been exceptionally good because they've had like 30 shots at goal. What is it? 27 to our 7, and we've only put 4 on target. What's the possession stats like? We're at 38% possession. It's just been a bad day at the office. Oh dear. Oh, Galliano. Oh no, he shoots wide. It was a really great take, wasn't it? Out of the air, controlling the ball in the first place. And then he got it out of his feet, had the strike at goal, and it just didn't have the quality on it. And this is the area where they're winning the battle, isn't it? Really down the flanks a little bit. And they've been able to switch play really, really well. They've obviously got some decent players amongst their midst. But today, none of ours have shown up. And that is always the way at the moment for me. I press record and nothing happens for my side. But there we go. And that was great. Well done, Galvin. You could have just booted it clear up the pitch. But you thought, no, I'll slice it into the stands and put us under more pressure. And bring another attack on for Quilmes. Oh, we got a good block on that time, and Galliano, and there's the final whistle. It was really bad, wasn't it? It was so bad. Oh, 31 shots at goal they had, 14 on target, 8 and 4 for us, 62% possession for them, and we got absolutely well and truly tonked by them. And I'm not even going to analyse the performance. There's no point. We were dreadful. They were really good. We had a player sent off that completely lost us the game. That performance shows me there's a lot of work to be done tomorrow for training. Absolutely, that is what I want to do. They cannot produce performances that badly and expect to get away with it. We've dropped down to 4th place. Now, in the big scheme of things, that is fantastic. I will happily take a top 4 finish this season. But look at this group of teams just directly behind us. They've opened a bigger gap now between us and 2nd and 1st, which is understandable after today. But all of these sides beneath us, right the way down to like 8th, there's only a couple of points in it. It's going to be tight, and we've got to find a way to get a few more wins under our belt to start to draw away from some of those and take away the thought that we can lose our top sort of 4 position for the second half of the season. Galliano not scoring the goals this season is just been so disappointing for our striker and our goalkeeper. Those are the 2 areas of the pitch that we have to do something about as soon as we can find suitably good quality replacements. And Federico reveals I was furious. And I kind of was, because you kind of have to be, because it was so dreadful. Anyway, here we are in the schedule again, just looking at where we've been, and that puts a real blot in this great run of form that we've had. Oh dear, and it has to fall on an episode. And look, we scored 5 in the last game. We scored 3 in the game before it. We scored 4 against Atlanta. And today, absolutely nothing went for us. So what do we come back for next episode? Well, we come back for Chacarita Juniors, a home game, the last game of the calendar year. And the reason that we're coming back to play that is 1, because it's the last one before our winter break. And 2, because they beat us right at the beginning of the season. And we need to get a little bit of revenge. Between now and then, let's hope that we get some points and get back to winning ways. But yeah, it was a bad day today, wasn't it? There we go. We have them. It happens when I press record. But there we go. Thank you very much for joining me. That's basically going to do it for today. We're not going to dwell on the performance too much. We're going to move forward and hopefully get some better points. Thank you for joining me though. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and join my United City community. As I've told you today, there's lots of good stuff coming up. So hang around for that. Click that like button for me. Helps me get seen by lots of other people. Until next time though, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.